How many times have you guys heard me say that we all have a leaky bucket? And if you've never heard me say that before, that just means that we are always losing customers, we are always losing teamies. So we always have to have a way to add into the top of our bucket or into the top of our funnel. One way to do that, that's kind of a passive way to do it, is to utilize Facebook Marketplace to get new local leads. So I love Facebook Marketplace because I have gotten new customers from there. I have gotten new consultants from there. I've gotten hosts from there. And every time someone, says, yes, I want to order something or what have you, they go on my list. So even if they never order again or anything like that, they're still getting my weekly email or newsletter. And so for you, if you are just utilizing the basics that the company gives you, you have a newsletter that goes out once a month. So if you get someone like this, just add them to your contacts in your back office, the workstation, and it'll do the rest for you. So you guys asked some really awesome questions in the group. And I also went back to past posts because we've talked about Marketplace a lot. And I looked up some questions on there just to make sure that I cover all my bases. So with this, I'm going to show you exactly step by step how to start a marketplace listing. So I'm going to be doing this on a desktop, but you can do this on mobile. In full transparency, I normally do all of this on mobile anyway. So you can see that I'm already on the desktop version of Facebook. And over on the left-hand side, you can see it's already there. It says Marketplace, but I'm going to go ahead and choose See All. Now, if you're on mobile, it's going to be like the menu, maybe like the home, right where all the settings are. It might not give it to you right in the very first place. You're going to have to kind of scroll down and search for it. I'm kind of surprised that it's here on mine because normally it's not. But I'm going to go ahead and choose See All so you can kind of see what I see. So this is normally what populates for me. So I have to kind of scroll down. And here is Marketplace, buy and sell in your community. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Marketplace. And then once we get here, this is just your general marketplace that's tailored to you. So over on the left-hand side, you can see that we have a buying and a selling tab. So we want to quote unquote sell. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the selling tab. And this is where you can see all of the listings that you currently have. And I like the two different views. You have like a list view and then you have kind of like a tiled view. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. The list view kind of gives you some more information so you can see how many people have clicked on your listing. I recently deleted and relisted a lot of things because they were older, so there's not that many clicks. But don't let that deter you because I'm telling you, Facebook Marketplace is amazing. And I just did the circle one earlier today. But let's create our very first listing. So over on the left-hand side, you can see we have two different ways. We have create a new listing and create multiple listings. Now, creating a multiple listing is something that is brand new. So let's go ahead and try the multiple listings first. So it looks like, and if you know me, you know that I would automatically go towards this one, right? Upload a spreadsheet. However, this spreadsheet is Excel only, and I don't have Excel on my Mac. So whenever it opens up, it gets all jumbled and the templates that kind of shows Facebook Marketplace where to put your item doesn't populate over. So I can't use that, but if you have Excel, that's definitely going to be the way to go, using a spreadsheet. Or this add listings manually. You can see it says create multiple listings at the same time with our multi-list editor. So if I choose here, we get to choose if we want to create multiple listings based on the same category, price, or condition at the same time. So, and then it says we can add photos and titles to each before listing, which is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and choose add listing. And let's just say I want to add 10 warmers. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do 10. And we'll keep the price at 1 for now. Like it said, we'll be able to edit that a little bit later in. We're only going to have 1 available of each, and the condition is going to be new. Not new like new. You want new. So add listings. And bada bing, look at that. So now you can just go through and you can add the picture. You can add, here, let me X out of this. You can add the title, the description, so you can add all of these at once, which is pretty amazing. So if you're just starting, this is the way to go. But I'm not going to continue on with this. So I'm going to go ahead and X out. I'm going to go back and I'm going to just do one listing. What I want to do is I want to add an item for sale. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this first one right here. Now, everything that you're going to want to do is over on the left panel. So I'm going to go ahead and add some photos. Let's do the Winnie the Pooh wall fan. And one thing that I like to do is I like to have my website up at the same time so that way I can easily copy and paste. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my collections and I'm going to go and click on Winnie the Pooh and I'm just going to copy. I can see it's $45. I'm going to copy this, put it over here, $45. And if you want to change this, since he has kind of loosened up compliance with how we name things, so it doesn't necessarily have to be Scentsy Wall Fan Diffuser, but I do want Scentsy in the title because that's kind of like a tag, right? We want people to be able to find it. So as I put that in, it automatically gave me suggestions for a category. Sometimes it's kind of hard to fit ours in with specific things. Normally I'll choose candle or oil warmers for us, but this is a different one. So even though it's not fragrance oils, it is a diffuser. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in this category. If you want to put it in air fresheners, you can put it in air fresheners. It does not matter. You can put whatever you would want. So yes, the condition is brand new. There's no scent. We can say the material is plastic. And now we're going to enter in the description. So let me go back over here. I'm going to go ahead and copy. We're going to paste this in. Now, one thing, in order to be in compliance with Scentsy on Facebook Marketplace is one, it has to be an item that is active on your website. The second thing is it has to be catalog pricing. So I can't go in there and say that it's $40 or $50, right? It has to be catalog pricing. And the third thing is it has to have the link to that exact item. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the link and add it in here. And just to cover myself, CYA, I'm going to go ahead and put plus tax and shipping just in case, right? All right. And if you want to add anything else in there, you can do that as well. So product tags, this is, I think, a question that some of you guys had. It really just depends. And honestly, this is kind of like Instagram. You want to utilize tags that your target audience is using. Your target audience probably isn't searching for exactly Scentsy. They're probably searching for air freshener or something like that. So this I'm going to put, I'm going to see if it's going to let me do Winnie the Pooh. Yeah. And then we can put Scentsy if we want to. Maybe Nightlight, because this one is a nightlight. So just choose ones that fit and that also you think your target audience is looking for. We don't have any SKUs. And one thing that I do is I hide from my friends. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I like to hide from my friends. So next is where we can put the location. Now, let's say you live in a rural place and you want to reach people new outside of maybe your little town and you want to go like to the next big city. All you have to do is enter in that city here. So like for me, like the next big city is Houston. So you can do that. And you can also just duplicate this. Like you can do another listing. You can have them listed in different places. But I'm going to go ahead and leave this where it was. I think it did say spring. I'm just going to go ahead and put here. Now, the next thing that keeps you in compliance is that you cannot offer shipping. So every sale has to take place on your website per Scentsy's compliance and guidelines. But I'll give you kind of a workaround with that. So you can choose these: public meetup, door pickup, door drop off. You get to choose what that looks like for you. I honestly just leave all of those blank. We're going to go ahead and do next. Now, it's going to automatically populate this in Marketplace for you. If you are a part of any kind of buy-sell trade groups or like a community group that you're in that you want to share this there, you can definitely do that as well. I don't, just because when I'm in those groups and I see things like that, I feel like it's a little spammy, but you do you. If that's what you want to do, then you do that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and publish. Now, as you can see, I don't keep any stock. I have none of these warmers here at my house. So you can literally pick and choose what you want to market. I know that was a question, like, how do I choose what to put on Facebook Marketplace? Totally up to you. What do you think is selling well? I think a really great thing is to look at those top sellers that I share every Monday and put those over in Marketplace. If they're top sellers, then it's possible that other people would want them as well, right? But then also, because you don't have anything to give right now, the main reason people go to Facebook Marketplace is to buy something right now. They want it right now. So what happens is whenever they go there and they're like, hey, is this Winnie the Pooh warmer or night light still available? They want to be able to come to you and pick it up right now. So that conversation has to look and feel a little bit different. So whenever someone says, hey, is this available? I normally keep all of these in boards. If you don't use boards, I highly encourage it. It's a way to keep everything that you say on a recurring basis in one of your keyboards. So you just pop it up and send it. In my boards, I have this right here. I say, hey, it's currently pending, but I'll be placing an order in the morning. Would you like for me to order you one? Super easy. And so I will be honest with you, 100% honest with you. Majority of the time, they say no, which is fine. Totally fine. They now know that you're a consultant. So if they do want something in the future, they can come back to you. I have had that happen on more than one occasion. But sometimes they say yes. And so then you just continue the process. And for me, that would include sending them an invoice so that way they pay me beforehand. Never purchase something before you have money. Ever. Always get the money before you make that purchase. Now, let's say you don't want to put any warmers or anything like that. Maybe that feels deceiving to you. I've had people say that to me. Maybe that feels deceiving to you. If you do not want to put products on there that you don't have, you can always put something that you do have, and maybe that is samples. Now, that's how I originally got into Facebook Marketplace, was offering samples. And that is really how I get a lot of customers and teamies, is through this pack right here. And one thing that I discovered, and this is totally depends on you. Whenever I first started, it was free. And, they went in an envelope like this, right? So you don't have to spend a bunch of money on shipping. It's just a stamp, right? You can just use like a product list, maybe a couple of really thin samples, like felt samples, about you, about the company, about joining, things like that, right? The rack cards that we normally suggest. And you can send that to them. I got a lot of people's information because whenever they come in here to request these samples, I have them fill out a Jot form or a Google form, whatever you want to use is fine. I capture their name, I capture their address, I capture their email, and it says on there, you're going to receive marketing communication, right? So they automatically go on my weekly email, like I mentioned in the beginning. So even if they don't do anything, they're still getting communication from me. So one thing though that I found is that a lot of those people, they're just wanting something free, right? So a lot of those people are going to be dead ends for you. So what I started doing is I started doing this, $5. I started charging for my sample pack, right? So, and in here, and I'll open it in just a second, it says, there's a scent circle in here, and it says $3 for the scent circle and $2 for shipping. So that's one thing that I like to do. Now, whenever you have them paying for that sample, you're going to get a higher caliber of person. So let's go ahead and look at this one. So over on the right-hand side, you can see it says new to Scentsy. Want to smell all of our new release scents? We're making a decision. I'll send you a catalog, scratch and sniff stickers of all of our release scents, and you get to choose what type of fragrance you'll receive in your scent circle. So, and you can see, like, this is not even the same catalog season. This is a great picture. I just keep using this over and over again, but you can see $3 for the circle, $2 with shipping. And that's it. And I have this just exactly pretty much just in my neighborhood. So if I want to move this somewhere else, I can definitely do that. But I know you guys like to see this over here. So the category home fragrance. And I don't even have any product tags in here. So I guess I could put some in here. Perfect. We'll do next. We'll make sure it says it's there, but perfect. Update. All right, good to go. So before we are done with this, I kind of want to show you this. So as I scroll down, like you can see these things right here, like Hedwig, all these warmers are discontinued. So what I like to do is I don't like to delete them because they're going to come back at some point, and then that's just gonna be less work for me. So I just mark them as sold, or like they're just not available anymore. So people won't, like you see right here, sold. So that way people won't be clicking on them. But if they come back, I can mark it as available. But one thing I do is I have it on my calendar is to come into my marketplace 1 time a week. And that's the only time you can do it. You can only renew these every 7 days. So once a week is your best bet. So as soon as you can see right here, I can renew it in 4 days. As soon as those 7 days are up, I can come in here and I can renew. And there are some, I think they're down here. It's not going to let me renew the listing. I'm going to have to delete it and relist it. But the best thing about it is it's going to do it for you. So you just hit delete and relist and it automatically will put it up at the top. Now, I hope that helped. If you have any questions about Facebook Marketplace, let's kind of recap the compliance rules one more time. So it has to be an active item that is in the catalog and on your website. If not, Cincy will look at that as that you have it and you're trying to sell it, right? So selling stock, which is out of compliance. So it has to be an active item, catalog, website. It has to be catalog pricing. You can't overprice or underprice. You have to have the link to that specific item, even though you'll notice it's not clickable. And fourth, the checkout process has to happen on your PWS. You can't set up the payment process through Facebook. So any type of shipping cannot happen. It's like right here where it says like shipping orders. That cannot happen. So again, I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. But I hope this helps. See you guys next time.